welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to have you here. So today is going to be a part 2 of Wednesday's video. Now, I had recorded Wednesday's video talking all about other people's experiences, reading them, listening to videos, and then when I realized it was way too long, it was over an hour of content, so I was like, okay, I need to break these 2 videos up. So this is going to be part 2, so I'm pretty much going to go right into it. So always remember that you guys can go check me out over on my Instagram. You guys can send me your stories. If I get a lot of you guys sending me your stories or emailing them to me, I do have my email down below. I will do more videos like this. I will read your story. I will listen to it if you send it to me in a video, whether it's anonymous or not. I really love doing these videos to give you guys a different take on it, because I know that when you guys listen to my Beachbody video where I talked about my experience, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, is she the only one with that kind of experience? Like, is she just one person? No, I am not. There are a lot of stories. So for part 2, you're going to hear someone from Monat, from Arbonne, and from Beachbody. So you're going to get a little bit of all of them today, you guys. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you like it, comment down below your own experience or what you think about these ladies that are brave enough to share their stories with you guys, and let's get into the video. Okay, so now we're going to go watch a video, and let's see. I know that these 2 people, I have 2 videos left, but these 2 people did want me to blur out their faces, but I am excited for you guys to hear their stories. So let's listen to the first one.
I am Sarah. I'm 28 from upstate New York. I was asked to talk to you about my experience through Beachbody. So my backstory and what got me into health and fitness. I was diagnosed with some health issues, and my doctor said that I should work out for at least half hour every day. So I was trying to find a workout routine that worked for me and my lifestyle, and I tried a lot of different programs, and Beachbody was pretty much the only thing that stuck. So I was on Instagram one day and I followed this girl, and I always saw her at-home workouts, So I was like, what the hell is this at-home workout shit? And I was like, maybe it'll work for me, maybe not, I don't know. So I reached out to her, messaged her, and we talked and talked and talked, and next thing I knew, I was signed up for these at-home workouts. So for about a year, I was just a client, just doing the workouts, and I did see results and I felt great. Then about a year after that, I saw another girl on Instagram post an ad for an online virtual fitness coach, and I was like, well, what the heck is that? Reached out to her, we were talking back and forth, and she's like, oh, I see you're already in our program as a client. You could easily just jump right in and be a coach, and this is what you do, and it sounded great at the time. So for pros for the Beachbody system, I do love their programs. I absolutely love their programs because I am not a gym rat. I don't like going to the gym, and for me it's easier just to plug it in on my TV and work out from home. Second one would be I met a lot of amazing ladies that I would call friends for life, and a lot of them I talk to on a daily basis still. But cons,
okay, I'm gonna stop it here because I want to go over her positives. I am so happy that you've seen results, and I know that's what I gave 2 pros in my own video that I did with Beachbody, saying a pro was the workouts. I think their workouts are great. Now, do I say go buy their programs? No, let's not support a system. That's my opinion though. Let's not support a system that is like essentially making people lose money, and we shouldn't be giving into that system, right? But their workout programs for her worked, and that's great, especially if, you know, your doctor said you need to be doing workouts every day. That's great that you found something that worked for you, and I love that. Second was the community. She found great people, and I know that I did too. I found people that I talk to every single day now. I found my best friend Christina through Beachbody, and that's why I say, like, I am grateful for Beachbody. No, I don't love it. I don't like it, but I'm grateful for it because of those 2 things. So I love that she went over that and has the same cons, because that's another reason why I wanted to do this. I wanted to see, do other people have the same experiences that I did? Do they feel the same way? And if so, I want to hear it so that we could see it, because I don't want you guys to think, oh, Deanna's the only one with these issues or these pros and cons. Right here, my girl's telling you, like, pros were the same as hers, like the workout programs are working, and the community, I found great people. So let's listen to her cons.
Kind of outweigh more than the pros. The one thing that I do not like, one of the biggest things is being a coach, they expect you to meet a quota. They call it Success Club, and you're supposed to help 3 people every month, which doesn't seem that bad at first. You're like, oh, that should be easy. It's not. And they also expect you to cold call messages like to random strangers and friends and family. And if you got one of those, hey, be on my team messages from me, I'm so sorry. And if you're still my friend, I love you. Just ask my friends who've gotten it. It's horrible. I hated sending them. Then also they call it PV points. So basically you have to spend X amount of money a month to stay an active coach, which I'm like, to me, if we're your coaches and we're signing clients on, shouldn't you be paying us to use your product or be giving us a discount at least? I don't know. And then,
yes, that point that she made of we're your coaches, shouldn't you be just like paying us to advertise? Shouldn't you just be sending us these products? Now, I will say as a coach, you do get like a 20% discount or something like that. Go check the actual facts for that. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's like 25%, whatever. That still doesn't fucking matter. They're overpriced. They're ridiculously expensive for no reason. I have a video coming out on Friday that you guys are gonna freaking love, especially if you want to know products that are better than Beachbody products. That's coming out on Friday because I'm gonna go over it all. But they just make you spend all of this money, and why wouldn't they just send it to you? Why wouldn't they send you the stuff to advertise? Why do you have to pay for it and pay so much for it? Yeah, because the coaches are the customers. Let's continue.
we are not certified. Like at all. Before this, I have never worked in a gym. I don't have a health and fitness degree. I do have 2 degrees, but they're no relation to health. I do not have dietary, food, nutrition knowledge that I'm not certified in. So to me, it's like, if you're gonna tell us to be coaches, shouldn't you give us the tools and the programs to make us more educated so we actually know what we're doing? And like I said before, I have a lot of health problems, so I wouldn't want some random person to tell me what's best for my health problems when they're not a doctor and they don't even know what my health problems are. So that was my biggest turn off from the coaching experience.
Okay, and that's her video. So I did love how she gave pros and cons. That's kind of what when I was talking to people about their stories, I was like, you can either send me the pros or the cons, or you could tell me your story, like step by step, why you joined and all of that stuff, so we can have a variety. And that's it, is this woman has health issues, right? And it's not cool that they do not have to be certified, that they don't have to be doctors, that Beachbody isn't getting their coaches certified, because normal jobs, like my mother was a coder for medical or for Florida Hospital, right? So she would code all of the things in the paperwork for the doctors. And guess what? Whenever she needed to recertify or she needed to go back to school to learn a new program, they paid for it. That's how it should be. But the problem is you're just an independent like distributor. You're an independent contractor for Beachbody, and they don't really truly want anything to do with you. They want you to stay as far away as possible so that if you mess up on social media, if you do income claims or medical claims or things like that, that they're not responsible for it. So they keep you at a distance and then make you believe that you're really like, they're really helping you when they're really not. So I loved that. So now we're going to get into the next video. So this is somebody in Arbonne, okay? Not gonna say her name. She wanted to be held anonymous, which is perfect. Love you, girl. I love all of these people. They're amazing. So this person is in Arbonne. It's 4 minutes long, and I don't know a bunch of information about Arbonne. I do know very minimal things, but as of right now and so far, I don't like Arbonne. One of the worst. If I had to name the worst, it would be Monat, Arbonne, Beachbody. Those 3, just horrendous. So let's listen to her story.
Hey everyone, so I am doing my anti-MLM video for Arbonne. I was with Arbonne for 4 months, and I was following my upline and other girls who did Arbonne for a while, for like almost a year probably, and I decided to jump in February of this year, and I was really excited about it. I was happy that I was doing this, and then I fastly figured out that it was a MLM scam, because I kept spending hundreds of dollars on these products and making nothing. You don't make commission off of your own buys. You have to sign up like your boyfriend, your husband. In my case, I signed up my dog for $30, and I got paid under my dog's account.
Hold up. I know that this woman did not just think to sign her dog up, right? These are what these MLMs teach you, is to sign up the fucking ant on the sidewalk. Like, hey, Bob, like, your name is Bob now, and I'm gonna sign you up as a client. Like, I'm not like saying anything's wrong with her, but I know that she didn't think about this on her own. I know that she didn't wake up one day and say, I'm gonna sign up my dog. It's the MLM that's doing that. And I did talk to her personally, and like she said, she's lost hundreds of dollars because if you guys know anything about Arbonne has everything. They have dog products, they have like skincare products, they probably have hair care. I haven't looked into that, so I'm not 100% sure. They have just so many health and wellness products. So when you think about it, if you want to sell something, you want to know what it is, right? You want to be able to know, does the product work for me? So that's how Arbonne gets their freaking consultants to spend so much money, like hundreds, because you're having to go out here and you're having to pretty much buy everything, buy their whole fucking inventory. And I really want to see how much everything would cost because I know Arbonne is very overpriced. I've seen their prices for things and they're a little bit ridiculous. So I could just only imagine having to be a consultant and buying all of those products and how much it would cost you. So let's get back into the video.
And one time I knew I made $100 order and I literally made $8 back. So from my whole time with Arbonne, I've made $30. And I've spent hundreds, probably close to $500, if not more, on these products. And it was crappy. It was a ripoff. They did work, but honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I sold the rest of my products on Poshmark, and I made more money off Poshmark than Arbonne. I texted my upline a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, I don't think I want to do this anymore. This isn't for me. I just don't want to do this anymore. And she was like trying to push me to keep going and stuff, and the other girl in the group chat did not say anything, so she's probably mad at me, but whatever. I was like, I'll give it a few days and I will make my decision from there. And so I finally decided that I'm not doing it anymore. I watched Deanna's video about her Beachbody scam. I also been watching Emily, I forgot her last name, but Emily videos. I know Deanna linked her videos on her anti-MLM video, and I've been watching Emily's videos and a few other people's videos about anti-MLM and how they scam you and everything, and it's all so true. So yeah, I guess that's a little bit about my story. It wasn't a huge thing, but I did lose out on a lot of money, and I started with very little money, and they kept telling me to ask my family for money, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I did in the beginning. I was like, hey Dad, can I have some money for this, this, and this? And he's like, sure. But I obviously pay him back, but then I'm losing out on money, you know? It wasn't like I was making any money at all. Because like I said, you don't make any money off of your purchases. You only make money off of if you sign up people as a preferred client or a consultant, and you barely make enough money off of that. Like if you sold a $200 kit, over a $200 kit, you would make $50 back. That's it. $50. That's nothing. So I'm over it. I'm not joining any other MLMs. I've also done It Work, Advocare. I did a little bit of Beachbody, but I didn't do it a lot. But yeah, I lost out on a lot of...
Okay, so I have like 2 or 3 things to say about this. First one is she said her upline asked her to stay, is trying to convince her. Why? Why? I don't understand why you would want them to stay, right? If I was a car salesman and I sold Honda, and there was a Honda dealership down the street, and they're saying, well, we're gonna close our Honda dealership. I'm like, fuck yes, because then I'm gonna get their customers. Why would I try and convince the Honda dealership down the street to continue? I wouldn't. Or a different type of car dealership like Kia. If Kia was down the street, shut your crap down, honey, because I don't want you to stay. So the reason they do that is because your upline is making so much money off of their downline. I do plan on doing future videos about this too, literally showing you like how the compensation plans for these companies are set up for most of the money to be made with the uplines, or, you know, within making a team. And also for her to only make like $8 off $100, like, you know, purchase is crazy. Like, that's not even like you're making 25% commission. But that's my second thing, is if you had your own business, if you were your own business owner, if you, I don't know, so for me, I want to be like fitness trainer, right? And specialize in like eating disorders. That's something I've been thinking about doing and want to do, but have to get my certifications for it in the summer, right? I would make every dime. If someone trusts me and believes in me and wants to use my programs and hires me to be their trainer, I get every dollar, cent, and dime that they give me. But with these companies, you make a portion of the sale because you're essentially just making a commission because you work for this company and you're just an advertiser. You are not a business owner. So it's so sad to see that even off a $200 product, she only made $50. When if it was your own business, you would make it $200, not $50. So I feel like those are two major things to take from that. And the second or the last thing was asking like friends and family for money. This is why if you guys go on the Anti-MLM like Reddit thread, I will link it down below. If you guys go on that, they have so many people that talk about their stories where they ruin relationships with their friends, they ruin relationships with their family, they get divorced, all of this stuff because they keep asking their friends and family for money, but it's because that's what they're told to do. They're told, oh, you know, go ask your friends, go ask your family, like just do it. In the end, it's going to be worth it and you're going to make buttloads of money. They're literally lying to you so that you could just make them more money. And that's why it's just such a toxic environment. And this just makes me want to dig deeper into Arbonne because that's just so messed up. I really want to look at their compensation plan because that's jacked up, like $8 off $100. The like dollar purchase is insane to me. So we do have a story, but it is one for me to read. It's a little bit long, but this is someone that I adore and I love. I am going to put a screenshot of her Instagram right here if you guys want to go and give her a follow. She is one of the sweetest women you will ever meet. Like, oh my gosh, she does like daily motivation posts. Like she is like the person that I will strive to be when it comes to, you know, motivation and stuff like that and just being hella nice. I need to work on that. But she does go, here's my story. Sorry it's long. If you're still here, comment down below. I'm still here. Just in quotes. I'm still here, girl. She said, sorry if it's long. I've grown up in a family who's always struggled for money and who was and is always in debt. And we have always felt like we're drowning in life. And I felt like this could be my way out of that so I could help my family and I could create a good cushion for my future kids so they wouldn't have to feel restricted in life. When I started out as a coach with Beachbody, I was a high school teacher with $40,000 of student debt and $10,000 of visa debt. I also had just recently gotten into fitness after someone close to me had passed away too young due to compromised health that wasn't his fault. It made me really focus inward and start to want to treat my body well since I got the privilege of having a healthy body. I wanted to truly be able to help others prolong their lives and take care of their health as well, since it started to mean so much to me. I came across an ad that seemed to answer everything for me and for my problems and needs. I felt like I was going to be able to build something for my future family, be able to help my family pay bills and pay off the mounds of debt, all the while improving myself and being able to help others with their health at the same time. The thing is that I clearly didn't have the money to get started, and I didn't know how I felt about joining an MLM because I had always heard bad things about them. But I really thought that I had something to bring to the table because I am a person who truly does care about others and about helping. I thought that would be enough to be successful. I will admit that I didn't try hard to recruit new coaches throughout my time as being a coach because in all honesty, I felt dirty doing it. If I was losing money every month doing this, I did not feel at all comfortable bringing on coaches to the team. I mostly focused my attention helping people find programs that work for them instead because their programs actually do workouts and the workouts are done well. So I felt okay helping people get started as far as workouts go, but I wasn't at all qualified to be suggesting programs that I think would fit their specific needs and body types and all of that stuff. I had no experience at all. I just knew the workouts were for me and that I had found such a supportive community of women to share strengths and struggles with. And I thought that the other women would appreciate that aspect of it. I am one of the lucky ones who joined a team with a great upline and a chill and honestly caring vibe. Unlike a lot of other teams, when I quit coaching, we all stayed friends and we're still so close and planning a reunion trip in the future when we all skyrocket in our actual businesses that we're starting on our own. She goes, my upline's upline would would make me feel poorly about myself and that I wasn't ever doing enough. I was in group chats with higher ups and Facebook groups with people in the top 10 of the company, and every month without fail, if I didn't bring in the numbers that were expected of me, which I never did, I always felt like a failure because like I was never good enough. Because they would constantly tell us that we aren't succeeding because we aren't trying hard enough. We were being told that we were failing because we aren't trying hard enough. From coaches who had been with Beachbody for 3+ years already, who got in when it wasn't so saturated and who were riding on the backs of other people to make their money. They would continue to tell us that they are making thousands a week and that they're making money that matches their salary and their full-time job. That if we want it bad enough, we'll work harder than anyone else. And if we didn't achieve what they wanted us to achieve, then clearly our why wasn't big enough and we weren't working hard enough. Even though so many of us would put in hours and hours of work with basically no return except the return of being made to feel like shit. I had multiple breakdowns, cried so much, was spending time on coaching instead of getting my grading done for my students. How crappy is that? Which made me feel even more stressed. And out of all these crushing emotions were about something that was out of my control and a business designed for the people at the bottom to struggle like ants while the fucking head honcho grasshoppers at the top use us as pawns to make more and more money. I try not to laugh, but that was a good one, girl. That was a good one. Shout out to you. It got to the point where it was more stressful than my full-time job, and my relationships with my boyfriend were starting to get rocky at one point because of how demanding this job is. She's talking about coaching. And because he could see me drowning even further into sadness and debt, and it was hurting him to see me like that. We were spending less time together, and I felt like he wasn't supporting me sometimes, and it was getting it to a place where I didn't want it to be. I was getting worried because I'd seen a lot of higher up coaches talking on their social media about how their marriages had almost fallen apart and were boasting about how they appreciate this business and that they were able to pay for marriage counseling to keep their families together when Beachbody is the reason why they started to have rocky relationships in the first place. I truly think that this business brainwashes people to think in such a twisted way. So I took a 2-week break from coaching and the weight that lifted from me was insane. After that, I knew that I needed to quit. I needed to get out before I went into even more debt, which was getting worse by the day. It has been a year since I started Beachbody coaching, and after subtracting the profit of only $290.18, let me repeat that, $290.18. So she's saying for a whole year she was a coach, she only made $290.18. She has lost a total of I think she messed up on this, 2,176.59 in the process, when I was already 50,000 in debt to start. So she spent $290 and she lost a total of $2,176 when she was already in $50,000 of debt at the start of being in Beachbody. Let that sink the F in for a second. So in addition to the stress of the business, which isn't a business, and the stress it was putting on my relationship, I was drowning in debt even more. I was invited by my incredible upline, who's still my bitch, to go to a retreat, which was honestly amazing. And the people I met there was amazing, and I still talk to them to this day, and we really clicked. While I was there, I learned that most of the people who were there were struggling with money when they started coaching. They were quite comfortable with their finances, which made me feel very alone and very deceived and kind of betrayed that I was promised this life of people who already were living a comfortable life, who had been showing that their comfortable life is from coaching, not the truth that it was that they were already okay in life, which I really don't blame them either, because Beachbody encourages coaches to do that. Coaches are encouraged to make it seem like this opportunity can change your life, and let me tell you, it will change your life, but for the worse, not the better. So I'm gonna stop here. I totally agree. I feel like Beachbody tries to tell you like, oh, you need to show the good parts, the highlights of your life, but they brainwash you into believing that your life is only good because of them. So then you start to recruit people and they believe like, oh, your life is good because of Beachbody. But that's the opposite. Your life isn't good because of Beachbody. They just brainwash you to say that. Your life is already good. I know for me, I was in a I was in a comfortable spot before Beachbody, like financially. So if, you know what I mean? Like they would make you say like, oh, it was because of them. So I don't feel like I've ever talked about income when I was in Beachbody. Beachbody, but I could see what she says because everyone does it. Like my upline, when I had one, she, same thing, like her family's rich and they own a business and like she had money, but she makes it seem like she only has money because of Beachbody when in all actuality, it's because she already had money. So I totally agree. Okay, next. At one point, that higher up that I said made me feel like I wasn't enough, she asked me how much money I usually spend on ads. I'm gonna do a future video on this too, by the way. So I said $40 and she straight up said, oh, well then it's not even worth it at that point in front of everyone. What a way to make someone feel so fucking small. That was a lot of money to me. Since I quit, things have started to get way better in my life, and I am happy that I never got to the point of begging all my family members to give me money or join my team, because there are coaches who do that. I mean, I'm somewhat thankful that I decided to say yes to being a coach a year ago, because if I hadn't, I probably wouldn't have started to pursue confidence coaching. So confidence coaching is her own business now. She does like, she's going to be helping people personally with like motivation and really helping them gain confidence. She even has a Facebook group for it. So if you guys go and add her on Instagram and you want to be a part of that, you could always let her know. She goes, and I'm grateful for the amazing friendships that I have made. The friendships that I have gained through this process will stay with me forever, and I cherish all of those memories that I had with them and will continue to have with them. My advice is definitely not to enter into an MLM or anything like that, because I ended up feeling shitty about myself, inadequate, having mental breakdowns like crazy, and ended up in way more debt than I had started. But I am so grateful for the people I've met and the skills I've learned, and will take the positives with me as I move forward in life. Before you join an MLM, please do your research and take a while to think about who you are willing to lose and who you are willing to fuck over to be successful and to get ahead. That answer is nobody. Girl, get the hell out of those boss babes DMs, because they're relentless and will not stop begging you to join their opportunity, which is really just an opportunity to lose yourself and make someone else rich. Thank you, Deanna, for making this video to give us a voice and to share our stories so that we can hopefully help others in the process. Okay, done. XOXO, love you. I agree. Like, I feel like with Beachbody, the ladies that I know, like Ashley, we're just trying to also look at the positives. Like she said, without Beachbody, she wouldn't have opened up her own business, her, what is it called? Confidence coaching. She wouldn't have opened it up. And I know for me, I wouldn't be pursuing talking about anti-MLM in YouTube videos and educating and helping people. I wouldn't, be wanting to get my fitness certification. So while yes, that's all great and dandy that like we now are looking at the positives, over $2,000 lost, and what she had to deal with for a year is so crappy. And I want to thank her for sharing this, because it shows that I'm not the only one with a similar experience, but all of these women are feeling this. And so as you guys can see, there's just so much manipulation. There's so much making people feel like crap. Like with Ashley, she said her upline's upline, so my upline, made her feel like shit, made her feel like the ad she was running, she wasn't using enough money. Or sorry, I always talk with my hands, guys, and play with my hair. I'm gonna get better, okay? But that's what they make you feel. They make you feel like less than everybody else. They make you feel bad about yourself, and it's really sad. It's really sad that mentally you have to go through all of this, and then you feel like they're doing you a favor. Like the one I read in the first story said, oh, my upline paid for my friend's challenge pack. I thought I should keep thanking her because she's so awesome for doing that and letting me keep the products. But in all actuality, it wasn't for you. It wasn't for my girl to hold her rank. It was so that her upline could reach the rank she wanted, so that she could buy her rank essentially, which is just so messed up. Okay, you guys, so the last story that I am going to read is from a Monat woman, or Monat, someone who was in Monet. That's just how I'm gonna pronounce it. It's like that hair care shampoo company. She actually made her own blog post about her experience, and it was actually an apology. It's called an open apology to my friends and family that I approached about my MLM. I will 1000% leave the link to her blog post down below. She has a really good blog. I love it, and I love that it's another area for you guys to see MLM stuff, not just in video if you're not a video type of gal. So her name is Jennifer, also, to let you guys know. So let's get into her blog post. She says, "Dear friends, family, and stranger on the internet, my upline said to cold message. This is for you. Know that if I had your address, I would personally drop a line in the mail to every single one of you. I am sorry. And for those who supported me through this journey, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Is multi-level marketing a scam? If not, why did I quit the MLM? The long and short of my story, I have a love-hate relationship with network marketing. It's just a game. No, it's a legitimate business. I'll never make money. What do you know? My first check came from my company. God never purposed me to be greedy or to deceive people into buying products they really don't need or can buy somewhere else for often less than half the price. So I quit the MLM. What started all of this for me? Well, first things first, they say the only way to make your business grow is to do reach outs, which I cringe every time because deep down in my soul, when I were to do them, it didn't align with who I am. And I'm going back and looking at my messages and I'm like, wait, this is not me. And I'm disgusted by it. And for that, I'm truly sorry. Then my brother, who kept telling me I was doing a pyramid scheme, which I ignored for the longest time, finally came to my mind like a light bulb. And so I researched more. I ended up watching a bunch of anti-MLM YouTubers to find more insight about it. It was a reality check and everything was so true about how I was feeling, but so much more on a deeper level. MLMs are all about selling the dream and 99% won't make it and end up in debt. There is an FTC article and I'll link it at the bottom. I'll also link it in my video. When it comes to an MLM, they are all the same no matter what you are told. They are extremely predatory because the only way to make any money is to sign up more and more people under you, which will ruin your social relationships. Here's how they mostly work. You sign up and pay the buy-in fee to receive your startup kit. Then you start posting on everyone's social media feeds about your new venture and beg your friends and family to join you on your journey to financial success. After you subject them to that, you try to recruit them to join your team of consultants or whatever term your particular MLM uses. And honestly, it's an endless cycle. Another point is you'll have time freedom, which is what MLMs say or MLM reps say. The thing is, I've spent literally all day being on my iPhone, just working the biz. And the things I hear in group chats are so sad. It's like down to another level. The things they say to their husbands, such as Friday nights are our nights, and that my husband and I are gonna unplug, but I told him we won't be doing anything, or we won't be doing that until I hit this rank. And he was pissed, but oh well. Like, who does that? And have all the time on these team calls are about selling the opportunity. So what she means by this is there's people on social media saying Friday nights are for my husband and I, but I'm not gonna have a night with my husband until I hit the rank I wanna hit. Well, good luck then. Like, what? And then they say if their husband gets pissed, oh well. So they're trying to now show their team like, oh, if people around you get mad because you don't want to talk about it or you can't spend the night with them, oh well, keep working your business. Bitch. Huh? That's just pretty much them brainwashing more people into being like, hell yeah, you go. You're working your own business and you're working hard on your Friday night instead of spending the night with your husband. Like, makes no sense. Spend the night with your husband. Their tactic is when someone gives you a no, it means it's a maybe and not right now. And to keep following up with them until you basically get blocked or make them feel pressure to buy from you. Which I don't know about you, but I feel like when someone says no, they mean it. And if they really wanted it, they can just go get it. Which is true. What MLMs say, especially Beachbody, this person was in Beachbody and Monat, is, oh, if someone says no to signing up, that just means not right now. No. No means no. No means I don't want your shit, okay? It is what it is. So stop telling people that no means not right now because no is just no. She then goes, then when I started looking deeper and realized this isn't my biz, the CEO of the company owes it, and I'm just the distributor giving them free advertisement, and yet I have to pay for everything to be able to rank up and be active. So then she goes, yet I have to pay for everything to be able to rank up and be active. I could literally go on and on, but I'm not here to bash anyone, just simply here to give my perspective and thoughts. I honestly was just blinded and brainwashed of this whole financial freedom and time freedom. When in reality, do I want to be going on vacation and working? No. Also, what's wrong with working a 9-to-5 job? Nothing is wrong with working a 9-to-5 job. I can literally go home and not work on my biz. But in all honesty, I'm just so thankful for these people who are telling their stories on what MLMs really are. And I'm thankful for my brother criticizing me when I doubted it for so long. I know not everyone will agree with me, and you know what, that's okay. I'm only here to share my insight and why I decided to no longer invest my time into these companies. In fact, it gave me a whole lot of tools I need to be able to branch out on my own and be my own brand. I love that because if you guys seen, someone else had said that. I don't know if it's going to be in this video or my last one about their experiences, is if it wasn't for them joining Monat, they probably wouldn't venture off and do their own business or their own blog and put themselves out there. So while yeah, there are these positives, there are just so many negatives to go on top of it. So I do love that she said that because that seems like a common theme that I'm seeing is once people people are leaving these MLMs, they're realizing that they have potential to do more. They have potential to open their own businesses, do YouTube channels, do blogs, and really go out there. So I love that. She then goes, and there you have it. And yes, I will continue to use these products because I absolutely do love them. But I know that there are other products than just Beachbody and Monat, whatever you name it. She goes, but I will no longer be actively recruiting and selling the dream. I trust in God and know his plans are greater than my own, and he has a purpose for me. I also am thankful he gave me the tools I needed to be who I am. Through all of this is a learning experience, and I'm just glad I was able to get out of it before I got into a deeper hole. Life is about living, but it's also about learning, and that's okay. And I can honestly say I feel free. XOXO Jennifer. Then she linked the FTC article, Emily, Leah, Kiki Chanel, my YouTube channel, Kimberly, and Megan Marie's channel. So I also love that she said she feels free. And that's what I've been hearing a lot is people who come to me say they just had a weight lifted off their shoulders when they quit this MLM. And it's so crazy to think that when I was in my MLM, felt so confined to it, felt like I was in jail. I felt like I had no way out and I couldn't get out. And getting out made me feel free. It made me feel empowered and excited for what was to come. And I was instantly a happier human. And it's just so crazy to see that all of these stories just say like, I feel free after. I feel so good. I love my life now. I'm happy and I'm in a great place. And that's what it's all about, you guys. So I really hope you guys loved hearing all of this story. I do apologize I had to be in 2 parts and that I had to, do all of that stuff. But hey, there were a lot of stories. If you ever want to share your story with me, definitely make sure to go over onto my Instagram and send me your story, or my email is actually in the description box down below and you can email it to me. You can send me videos, whatever it may be, but I would also love to see your experience down below. Did you relate to any of these women that shared their experience or my own? I'll also link that video down below if you haven't seen my Beachbody experience yet, because I definitely think it's a great video to watch and really informative in my opinion. So yeah, that is all, you guys. Definitely make sure to like this video if you liked it. Definitely make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. There's a lot of tea coming at you in future videos. And yeah, if you guys ever have any content you want me to react to, videos, posts, or any of that, you can always send it over to me onto my Instagram. And that is all, you guys. I will see you in Friday's video.